Aries, and a happy weekend. Feliz Navidad, because that's coming this week. And welcome to your weekly reading for the week of, I believe, December 21st. Let me look at my calendar. December 19th to December 25th. Oh my gosh, get your shit together. I don't know what day we're in. So this week, the astrology, I'm not going to even read all of that to you, but in the days of the 24th and the 25th, there's not going to be any major aspects that day with astrology. So it's going to be actually a very merry day, or a weekend, or whenever that falls, all right? So let's take a look at the energy. Now, today we're using the Azotli Oracle, which I love this oracle because it's a hoodoo oracle, and to me it reminds me of back home. It reminds me of speaking to the elders because it talks in metaphor, and that's what we're going for this week, especially a week where many of us may be going through a lot of winter blues. We may be going through a lot of depression. I know there's people that celebrate, and I know there's people that are so excited, but I also know, working with so many people, and that there's some of us that are very homesick, or this is a time where there's a lot of nostalgia. So I want you to take a deep breath and remember, this feeling is not going to last forever. Make sure you're nurturing yourself, you're loving yourself, and you're reaching out if you need to talk to someone. All right, that is my message for you. So if you're ready to have your reading with me, make sure that you schedule. We're almost going to start scheduling for October 2023 because the readings are on sale for $30, no code needed, and all the 16-ounce candle, the pints, the huge candles, are on sale for $20, no code needed. There's talismans, there's bones talismans, there's skincare, there's everything that I make. So head over to the shop and please spoil yourself, okay? You spoil everybody else, just go spoil yourself. www.lightwitchtarotshop.com. So let's get started. Let's take a look here. And we're going to be pulling out 3 cards and really paying attention to the deeper message. So we start with the energy of Elegant. Now, Elegant represents the energy of paranoia, right? So it says the path does not walk itself. So for next week, we might be in a state of a lot of daydreaming, in a state of thinking all of these changes that we want to do into our life, but that's all that we're doing. For some reason, and I do that a lot, we get stuck in thinking all of the changes. We know exactly what to do, but I don't know, there's like this heaviness that doesn't allow us to get this done. Or we constantly say, I'll start this tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. The best thing about this card, it says, do it today. Start today. We don't have to wait till tomorrow. We don't have to wait until January 1st. Every turning moment, every second gives you the opportunity to start whatever it is that you want. Next week is going to require for you to truly believe in yourself. If you're not believing in yourself and we're waiting for validation from the outside world, how long is that going to take? That's not fair for you. I need you to become your biggest fan, because I love you. I'm your fan, but you got to be your biggest fan too. When we see the energy of Ikoko, Ikoko represents that energy of secret, right? So it says truth cannot be hidden forever beneath evil. So if there's something that is eating you up, especially when we're seeing Mars retrograde, and it's going to get interesting because Mars retrograde stays there till January 12th. Mercury retrograde begins December 28th or 29th. And what we're seeing here is that there's going to be probably a lot of revelations. This is a time that if you get a nudge internally, especially next week, something saying something doesn't feel right, something doesn't add up, please stop second guessing yourself. Your intuition will pick up on things before your brain does. Your brain needs to see something happening in order to get the message. Your intuition feels the energy. That's why it's intuition, right? So there's might be in this period of time a lot of truths that are coming to the surface. And as exciting as this sounds, one thing when I do like the truth come to light spells for clients is that it could also be very heavy. Just because we have a feeling doesn't mean that if it actually happens, we're going to be okay with it. This could be almost kind of feeling like there's a lot of emotional purge that needs to take place, and things are going to fall into place for you. So be gentle with yourself next week, but try not to hide yourself behind any illusions. When we see the last one, we see Ojuko Koro, which represents the energy of greed. So it says, you do not give someone a goat for a gift and still hold on to the rope. So what this is make sure that if you feel there's somebody around you trying to control and manipulate you because they're doing things for you, you need boundaries there. Same thing for ourselves. And this is the hard part. We're very easy to point at other people, but a lot of times we can be controlling, we could be manipulating, and not in an evil way, but in a way that maybe we just want someone to do their best and things like that. But that's still some kind of control and manipulation. I want you to be very careful next week with people that may gift you or people that do favors for you, but there's strings attached. And this is why I have such a hard time, and I'm very honest about this, asking for favors or anything from anyone. Because I always feel that when I do, now they have some kind of up and up. And I know that's a trust thing. I need to work with myself, but I'm only in my 40s. Give me till I'm in my 60s. The thing about this is if it feels like there's somebody there giving and constantly doing things for you and taking all this stuff, but then you feel like they always come back and say, well, everything I've done for you, I've done all this stuff for you and you haven't done anything for me. You got to cut that out. You can't no longer, you got to put boundaries there, right? Because this is a very important time in your transition, and it's also a very heavy time. So the last thing that you need is feeling like you're under somebody else's government, right? So make sure that if it feels like someone does things for you just so they could have the upper hand, maybe cut that out. Maybe just say, hey, no, thank you, right? But you got to be careful with those people that also come back and say, well, with everything that I've done for you, because that's also a form of manipulation. A good comeback to that is like, I never asked you to do those things for me. The thing about the healer is we do things and we don't want anything in return. We suck at receiving, but there are people out there that will give and give and give and give only so they could come back and say, oh, look at everything I've done. So next week, your best friend, black tourmaline, selenite, wearing all black to shield yourself. But not just that, the mindset has to be like, I'm going to follow my intuition. I'm going to do what feels right for me. If somebody doesn't like them, well, fuck them, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I love you guys. I'll see you next weekend, and blessed be.